Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. That was Freya, I'm Jason, and we're bringing you today's video. As always guys, please hit the like and subscribe button, small family channel. Love to talk about books and we'd appreciate any support. And along the lines of our supporters, thank you to our patrons and to those that suggested that we sign up with Amazon affiliate program. We finally did. Check the links down below for the links to today's books and any other applicable links that I may come up with. We have to have some traffic through it. So today I want to talk about, in the vein of some of the videos I've been shooting lately, I want to talk about some authors that you may or may not be aware of if you are a science fiction fan. Some of these authors are pretty well known and pretty big within the genre, but again, you may not have heard of them. If you haven't, you are missing out. You have to check them out. So the first one is one that most of our viewers will know is my personal favorite author, John Ringo. John Ringo writes a ton of science fiction, and he generally writes military science fiction and is a lot of fun. One, because he's a former soldier, and two, because he has friends and co-authors that are scientists, PhDs, multiple PhD level scientists. So the science in his books is also pretty darn good, but he gets the mindset of the soldier and the military man, and they're great, and the thinking outside the box that his characters could do are great. And he's got so many fantastic series. From Paladin of Shadows, it's more of a thriller type thing, to the Legacy of the Aldonado or the Posing Wars, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of that's a bigger series. They got so big that he's had other writers that have written books within his universe that he created, and it's incredible. And he's co-authored some great books with some legendary authors as well. Plus, he's got his Counts of War series that's a cross between fantasy and science fiction. It's a far future fantasy. It's really weird, but it works, and it's fantastic. And then, of course, his Troy Rising series, which is more modern day, but going into into space and being part of the galactic whole, I suppose. Plus, let's do the Looking Glass series. I mean, he's just a fantastic author. You guys got to check out John Ringo. Must. Next up, John Scalzi, who wrote Old Man's War, and he's had a number of books since then, including a really funny kind of parody on Star Trek called Red Shirts. But his Old Man's War series, incredible. Pretty much a modern classic. I would bet that 20, 30 years from now, Old Man's War will be a classic science fiction novel along the lines and of the same kind of fame as, say, Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card, because it was an incredible book. It's a trilogy. It starts out a trilogy, but the first one, Old Man's War, is hands down the best. It's absolutely incredible. Next up, one that I'm sad to say is no longer with us, and a lot of science fiction fans, amazingly enough, have not heard of him. Iain M. Banks and his Culture series. Really good. And what's awesome with the Culture series is that because it spans this huge galactic society, and more often than not, planets or civilizations that are actually outside the society, they're just being influenced by it. Most of his books are standalones, and each one of them can cover a different type of scenario, different type of world, different type of planet, different type of government, different type of novel. He might have a political thriller. He might have an action-oriented one. My personal favorite of his is Player of Games, which is exactly what it sounds like, a professional gamer. Just overall, the Culture novels are incredible books. You guys got to check them out. If you haven't read them, don't say you have to go and read them all, but I would definitely recommend Phoebus Rising, Player of Games, and Use of Weapons. Those three, incredible. Next up, Dennis Taylor. He's one of the newer authors, and despite having been writing for quite a while, he doesn't have that many books out, but the books that he does have out are absolutely phenomenal. Dennis Taylor is the writer of the Bobbyverse books that are beyond incredible. One of my favorite series. In fact, I thought it was a trilogy because it originally came out as a trilogy. Then I kind of forgot about Taylor, and then he came out with a fourth book in a continuation of the trilogy, and it was even better than the first three. The first three were incredible. So you got to check them out. Dennis Taylor and Bobbyverse. It's kind of a near. It starts out, the Bobbyverse starts out as sort of a near future novel, but then it spans out to kind of almost a far future sort of novel or a series, in almost a artificially created society and government, and it's amazing. It's truly amazing. The Bobbyverse books are just phenomenal, phenomenal. Some of the best reading I've ever done. Lastly, for today, Timothy Zahn. Timothy Zahn. Now, for older readers, Timothy Zahn is going to be almost a legendary name within science fiction. For younger people, they won't necessarily know the name Timothy Zahn, but they probably know at least one character that he created, Grand Admiral Thrawn from Star Wars. A character that most people are very, very disappointed has not popped up in one of the movies yet. Would have been perfect for a certain dumpster fire trilogy that came out not too long ago. But Timothy Zahn has written so many other books. From his Cobra books to his Conquerors trilogy, he has written immeasurable books that are all utterly incredible and fantastic, and every single one of them is pretty much a must-read. His books are great. So if you are a science fiction fan, you gotta read Timothy Zahn. If you haven't read Timothy Zahn, you gotta read them. Check them out. Just pick one of his multiple series and read them. They're incredible. Absolutely beyond phenomenal. Check it out, everybody. Thank you for watching. We will catch you next time. Bye now.